Why, hello there YouTube and welcome back to a Revolting review. So, today I'm reviewing Psycho 2. So, this is the second installment in the Psycho franchise, based on the characters by Robert Bloch, but unrelated to Robert Bloch's book of the same name, Psycho 2. Yes, there was a book called Psycho 2. And this is written by Tom Holland. No, not Spider-Man Tom Holland. No, I'm on about the old Tom Holland, who gave us Child's Play and the Fright Night films. That Tom Holland. Starring Anthony Perkins, Vera Miles, Meg Tilly and Robert Loggia. So this came out in 1983, so 23 years after the first film and quite a while after Alfred Hitchcock had died. This is like 22 years after the events of Psycho, where Norman Bates is deemed sane and is released and goes back home to the Bates Motel, where he tries to turn over a new leaf. Along the way there, he gets a job in a diner, and he meets a young woman played by Meg Tilly called Mary, who is actually Mary Loomis. And we find out that she is the daughter of Leela Loomis, who was formerly Leela Crane, Marion's sister, and she is not buying it for 1 minute that Norman is deemed sane and should be released, and then we are led to think that Norman is going insane again and is dressing as his mother. However, we discover that it's actually Mary and Leela doing that, playing Norman's mother, so that they can get him put back into the nut house again. And of course that all gets discovered by the authorities, and well, after that everyone gets their just desserts and Norman gets off scot-free because it wasn't him doing all those things. However, in a final twist of events, we discover that the old woman who works at the diner, is actually his mother. It turns out turns out that she was Norma's sister, Emma, and yeah, she visits Norman, and she is his real mother, and was the sister of Norma Bates, and yeah, he after finding that truth out, he just gives in to his inner insanity and kills her, and then takes her upstairs, and then goes back to phase 1, basically where he was before, and the movie ends where Norman is again the psycho. So let's get on to my likes and dislikes about this one. So first of all, I like this one. I thought, do excuse the hoovering noise outside, my mum is tidying up. I like that this is, when I found that they did like 3 sequels, well, the 4 films sort of prequels, well, when they did another film to this, I thought, is it going to work? Is it going to be as good? And surprisingly, this was good. I really enjoyed this one, Psycho 2. Norman in this, and it takes place 22 years, and it's like, that's how long it probably would have took for him to be like deemed, by like evaluated and stuff. So basically he it's set like, it's not like where it's a couple years after the first film but then they do a time jump. They'll actually let it play out, and I have to say the story from Tom Holland is great, and the directing and the cinematography is good. Psycho could have been done in colour, but they chose to do that black and white, which works. and they chose to do this in colour, which again I think works, but you know, Psycho 2, yeah, I just like this. I like Norman in this. In this, I feel Norman is a more likeable character, and you feel for him. Like, Norman is the victim, and that's what I feel. Norman, is the victim. You see, Norman, I believe, from the first film, was a deranged lunatic, but deep down inside, he wanted to be good. And, in this, I think we see a different side to Norman. Like, he wants to be good, he wants to start over, but feels taunted and haunted by his past. And the bit where he befriends Mary and he really likes her. When the truth is revealed that she's Lila's mother and they're both in on this together, trying to push Norman back. For me, I find that a bit heartbreaking for Norman and a bit sorry for him because, like I say, I don't think he was the antagonist in this. I think he was the victim, and he was treated poorly, and he did pay his debt to society and did want to be a good person, and that's what he was aiming for. But Norman in this I find is a more relatable and likeable character, and that is all done by the great Anthony Perkins, who did a brilliant performance in this film playing Norman again. Say 23 years later after playing Norman, he gets back into the role quite well, and it's like he's still got it. And sometimes when they make a sequel that are like 2 decades apart, they don't always work, but there is that rare occasion where they do work, and I think this definitely worked. It was a decent sequel, and it was an enjoyable film. Meg Tilly and Vera Miles, they did great in their performances. To get Vera Miles back as well after 20 years, was great to see her, and that she still had that grudge against Norman. And Robert Loggia, he too was a good support actor too in this. And the directing from Richard Franklin was brilliant. I don't have anything to dislike about this film. I have no negatives to say on this, because like I say, it was a brilliantly made film. I came across this one on Netflix. I know Psycho and Psycho... In fact, what Psycho films are on Netflix? Just hold on a minute. Do excuse the dog's noise, barking. Obviously my dad's home and she's overexcited. Yeah, so let's have a look. What's... If... Psycho... It says it's just got Psycho 2 on here still. I think it did have Psycho and the 1998 remake on it at some point, but it's not now. Anyways, continuing on, yeah, Psycho 2. I recommend it. If you like Psycho, you'll like Psycho 2. It's a good sequel. Does it? It's a well-received sequel, and yeah. So ratings. I'm gonna give Psycho 2. You know what? I'm giving it a. I'll give it a 4.5. 4.5 machetes out of 5 for this, because, like I say, it is a great one. And is it as good as the original? I would say yeah, but I do think that the original is just a tiny bit more good. But yeah, Psycho 2, brilliant sequel. So there we are. So have you seen this one? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you're new here, and to hit that notification bell. No pressure. But it would mean a great deal if you did. I have social media links down below. I have a Facebook group, Twitter, Instagram, so you can check all that out. So yes, I upload main videos on Fridays and reviews whenever, because that's the random part of this channel. Ain't called random horror for nothing. So yeah, hope everyone's staying safe out there, and you know, it's a difficult time we're in at the moment, but we'll get through it. Just stay at home, stay safe, and until next time, don't have nightmares.